Alright guys, enough jokes aside, but that part was absolutely hilarious. So the episode opens up with Vegeta fighting Batamo and Magetta, and Kaba just walks in and knocks off two people, one of them being the leader of Universe 3, and he wasn't even Super Saiyan or paying attention to them whatsoever, so that was actually really impressive from Kaba. Meanwhile, Kale is being used as a human punching bag, but Caulifla comes to her rescue, absolutely destroying these two goons, and it was really exciting to watch Caulifla go ham on these guys. Meanwhile, we have Goku just standing there as the Yardrat is teleporting all around him, and a lot of people have been talking about this Yardrat ever since he was introduced, but to be honest, I didn't know he was going to be anything special, and, you know, Caulifla just comes in and knocks him off like he's nothing. So no more Yardrat, no big story there or anything. Caulifla wants a taste of Super Saiyan Blue, and Goku said, "You're not ready for that yet." So she says, "I'll show you a form," and she transforms into the grade 3, the Trunks form, which is incredibly strong, but very slow. And you see she can't even fight in it. She goes up against Goku. Goku just easily uses her weight against her, and he says, "You should be using Super Saiyan 2. This is the form you want to use." Now, Caulifla does confirm that she was Super Saiyan 2 in the episode with Kale, and then she turns Super Saiyan 2 again. She's really happy, and Goku says, "You might actually reach Super Saiyan 3 in this fight." I gotta be honest with you guys, I actually love Caulifla. I love her personality. I love how she's really talented. Granted, I do agree with the majority of the fandom that it's a little bit of BS that she's able to gain these transformations so quickly and so easily, but at the same time, just hearing her fight, I love the voice actor. I love the attitude and the personality of Caulifla, and when she was going up against Goku, I absolutely enjoyed this 100%. I thought this was an absolutely fun and amazing fight, and I really like Caulifla. She's quickly becoming one of my favorite characters in this series. So Kale is basically useless, and she thinks she's a bother to Caulifla, which prompts her to turn into her Berserker form. And she says, "Son Goku," just like Broly says, "Kakaroto," and she just charges right in at Goku. So there you have it. What is this sinister form? Vegeta says this may be Super Saiyan's true form. Unfortunately, Broly is not canon. The movie characters are not canon. And unfortunately, it was the exact opposite of what we were hoping, that they would make a reference to Broly, but they did the opposite and said, "What is that form? We've never seen this before." So Kale is basically chasing down Goku, and we get a really beautiful animated scene from a nice perspective angle of her chasing down Goku, and he kicks her in the face. It does nothing. This is very similar to the Broly movie. There's one point where Goku gets tossed around and pounded like a pancake, just like Thor does to Loki in Avengers, and then Goku finally turns into Super Saiyan Blue, and you're like, okay, let's see what's going to happen here. So he says, "I'm going to use more power." He does not say I'm going full power, and he charges up a Kamehameha, blasts her, and it does absolutely nothing. Now guys, remember, this is exactly what happened in movie 8 with Broly when Goku shot his Kamehameha in Broly's face, and it did absolutely nothing. So they're just playing an homage to that old scene, even with the way that Kale grabs Goku's face after is exactly the way Broly did. So I wouldn't get too upset about it. They did the exact same thing in episode 93 with Kale's Berserk form. They used tons of references. And anyways, Kale goes on a rampage. She can't control her power. She's shooting blasts everywhere, and like everybody's scared. Now this one Pride Trooper, the Charizard guy, wraps her up with this energy whip, but she breaks out of it really easily and then just simply knocks him off. The Omni King pushes the button. He's gone. Now the thing about Kale is she's so powerful that even her voice is like shaking the entire ring. And that's when Jiren steps in. Yes! Yes! So excited that Jiren steps in. I've been so pumped and ready for this. He charges in with this energy blast and just nails Kale, and it was nothing to him. After she mowed down everybody, even Super Saiyan Blue Goku, he just pulls this slick energy ball, shoots her into the sky, pushes up his hand, and then like opens his eyes, and then boom, she just explodes, and he turns his back like a total freaking badass as the explosion goes off behind him. Very classic movie kind of explosion, fire going on behind me while I'm not even looking at it because I'm too cool for that. Yeah, this boy is straight thug life.
Half stepping with your weapon on safety. Now break yourself, motherfucker, for you make me.
Then we get Hit looking up at Jiren. He says, "You." And I'm like, oh my God, please, please, please have them fight right now. This is so exciting. But then basically Goku says, "Hey, yo." He just like pops in. Like, you can't let these two ballers fight. No. So Goku interrupts and then Hit just flies away. And then that's pretty much the end of the episode, which is really unfortunate, man, because I really, really wanted to see Hit go up against Jiren. I mean, I'm dying to see that. But Goku like sees these two powerful enemies, and you know, he's still not, doesn't even really have a scratch on him, regardless of what Kale did to him. So, you know, he interrupts, and that's pretty much the end of it. But what we got to see from this episode is we got to see Kale's power is just unimaginable. She's exactly like Broly, just basically nearly invincible, except Jiren seems to be the only one that can stop her. And we got to see Caulifla, you know, Super Saiyan 2 go up against Goku, which is great. Kaba is definitely a lot stronger than we originally thought, seeing him go up against other people. We got to see Hit use the time skip twice, so he can use a time skip, confirmed in the Tournament of Power in the World of the Void. So a lot of really interesting things happening here. Overall, this episode was freaking amazing. I think this is by far one of my favorite episodes of Dragon Ball Super so far, if not my most favorite. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be complaining about Goku's Kamehameha versus Kale, you know, with Super Saiyan Blue, and it didn't even phase her. But remember, guys, Blue is perfect key control, so he's not full power, and additionally, he has to hold back because he can't risk killing her. So, you know, he was probably just using a very small percentage of his power to see what she could handle. And, you know, he's also trying to conserve energy too. So with those three things in mind, don't get too worried about her not getting phased by it. It's really not that big of a deal. But next episode, we know that the Saiyans are going to team up with Goku, the Saiyans from Universe 6, including Caulifla and Kale, and that's going to be really, really, really exciting. So I absolutely love this episode. Let me know your thoughts below, guys. Thanks for checking out the video today. And I released a trailer for Anime War Episode 5 yesterday. If you want, go ahead and check it out. The full episode will be out in about 3 weeks. All right, fellas, take it easy, and I'll talk to you soon.